is up, sir? How are you?
I am making it.
Yeah. Said you're having a rough week, but
Yeah.
not if you don't want to talk about it on the pod, that's fine.
Oh, it was just on Good Friday. I got a
Oh, it was on
speeding ticket.
Friday. Yeah.
No, this happened. No,
Oh,
so
okay.
this all happened within the last week.
Okay.
On Good Friday, I got a ticket. It was actually like a speed trap setup, uh, situation. So they were gonna get me no matter what. Um, they had like 3 or 4 other cars pulled over at the same time as well. Um, and then this Tuesday, um, I got I was turning out my complex or my complex with my neighborhood because I stay in the house. I was turning out my neighborhood and it's onto the main onto the main roads, and I was making a left turn, and my front right side car, the passenger side car of my car, where the headlight is at, clipped the back end of someone's car on the driver's side, like right between the tire and the bumper. Um, and I finally figured out, I think, what happened. And if I had a dash cam, this wouldn't have been my fault. I finally figured out what happened. There were two like little alleyways where he was coming from,
Yeah.
and off the main road. So he had a big white suburban truck, and I checked both ways. I turn out of this area all the time, so I check both ways and I make my turn, and it looks like he tried to speed past me. Like, it looks like he probably either turned out that area and tried to speed past me, or um he sped up and tried to speed past me as I was getting over,
Yeah.
completing my left turn, and I clipped him. And
Is this a 2-lane road you were turning onto?
it's
Or
3-lane road. It's a 3-lane
3-lane
road.
road. So he was in your
Yeah,
lane, the lane you were turning into, or was he in the middle?
yeah. He was in the lane I was turned
So he was
into.
just trying to speed past you, and he
Yeah,
didn't. Yeah.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
So
And
he wasn't. He didn't let you in.
exactly. So, and it wasn't even about letting me in. It was I feel like he turned out of another area because I didn't see him. Like, it was a big ass white truck, and I'm like, I did not
Oh, so
see
you
you,
you
bro.
think he came directly onto the road from somewhere else
Yes,
into
yeah.
the far left lane?
During my turn.
Yeah.
Like that split second, I was just checking another direction while I
Yeah.
was turning.
Yeah, it
He came
happens. I
through.
hate that shit. I always am
Yeah,
worried about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, the insurance company ruled it my fault. My fault. So um, I don't know. It was just I don't feel like it was fair.
Yeah.
Then there was like some shady stuff happening with like his insurance, and I called the cops, and the cops never showed up um at all.
Wow.
I even flagged a cop down. I'm not even going to get into that. This is a podcast. I'm not going to get into cops. My
Mm.
disdain for
Mhm.
some cops, because I do have friends that are cops and they're good people, but I flagged the
I mean, they
cop
all
down as
are.
well.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
flagged the cop down, and he kept driving.
Wow.
Um, so I was
Wait, you
really
guys were
upset.
pulled over?
Yes, yeah, we were on the side of the road, bro.
What the
He
fuck?
pulled.
What?
He drove 3 cop cars drove by us. By the way, I counted, and it all
Wow.
happened within 3 hours. We were sitting there for 3 hours waiting for a cop car because we both called. No one came by. He finally got his insurance information from his mom because he was young. He was like 18 or 19 or something like that.
Okay.
Um. Uh. And yeah, like 2 cop cars. When we first got into the interaction, 2 cop cars just went by us. They didn't have any sirens on. Didn't even stop to see what was going on. And
Yeah.
then I actually got in front of my car, like on the side of my car, without getting in the middle of the road, and like waving my hands. I saw the cop from way down the
Yeah.
street,
Yeah.
and he just drove right by, and I was just like,
Wow.
okay, yeah,
Oh,
this is exactly why I am the
fuck.
way I am. Like, this is exactly why. So I just like, whatever, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just and then yesterday, I found out yesterday that my insurance did not have, which I thought I put on my insurance. It did not have the ability to cover my rental, so I had to pay for my rental out of pocket. So,
Mm. Jesus.
so yeah, all everything. I was
Wait,
just like,
so yeah, how bad was the accident then? Was it was bad enough that you can't drive it? Or
no, I drove it. I can drive, but
okay.
I need to get
You're
the
getting it
headlight
fixed.
fixed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're getting it fixed. Okay.
yeah. So,
Jesus.
um,
Sorry, man.
yeah, I could have drove it and just taped it up, but I'm not about to do that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, obviously, I'm not there. Based on your description, I mean, it sounds like you could probably go either way with who you'd put at fault, in my opinion.
Yeah,
But to me, if you're turning out into a road, it is illegal to turn directly into the any lane that isn't the right lane. You know, like if you're coming from the right side, like whatever side you're closest to, like you're supposed to turn into that lane and then use your blinker to turn over a couple times. You're not supposed to just pull straight out into the far left lane when you're on the right side, you know? Like
yeah,
that's not
and
legal. So I don't know.
yeah,
Um
and I don't know. Like I said, I don't know where he came from, and this is why
yeah.
tomorrow I'm actually going out and buying the fucking dash cam.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't really think I'd need one in my 8 years of being out here, but in my almost 20 years of driving, or yeah, about 20 years of driving now,
Mhm.
I think I need a fucking dash cam, but um, I'm getting one, and
Well, they're getting worse, dude, to be honest. Like the drivers around here.
yeah,
I think in the Dallas Fort Worth area, like I legitimately feel like people there it's just it's more aggression, it's more aggressive. People drive faster, like they're not safe. They do crazy shit. You know. I think it's more prevalent than it was. Like I've been driving for 13 years. And yeah, I think it's way crazier than it was when I first started driving, personally. And I think it's because there's a lot of people moving here from out of state. Um,
okay,
I don't necessarily think it's Texas drivers per se. There always were aggressive drivers, and they always drive pickups. It is like always almost 100% fucking true. They think they're fucking. I think it's one of those things like you're in a car that's like almost invincible, basically outside of like an 18 wheeler hitting you,
hmm
and you just feel like nothing can hurt you. So you just drive like an asshole inherently. I don't know. It's something like that. But more recently, like I think it's not just driving fast and things like that. Like it's more like openly aggressive driving where people, you know, swerve around you or like I'll be on dude this shit on the highway. I can't with this shit, man. I'll be in the left lane, right? And I'm going 85 in a 75, right? Left lane. So I'm driving 10 miles over the speed limit and the number of times I feel like people will like ride my ass, and if I don't move, that you know they do the thing where they go around you. But dude, they're literally flooring it, going like 100 and fucking 10, you know, to try to get around you, you know.
yeah,
And it's just like, dude, look, I'm going 85. Anything higher than that, I feel like, especially with my car, like I don't feel super comfortable with that. I don't really want to drive that fast, you know. That feels appropriate for the left lane. Maybe people will disagree with me, but I'm like, I'm driving 10 miles over the speed limit, you know? And I'm doing it comfortably and I'm passing the middle lane, you know? It's like, so I don't know. I feel like people are more aggro than they used to be, personally. So yeah, man, I'm sorry that happened. That sucks. Um,
yeah,
you know, it's I'm glad you know you weren't injured or anything, and it sounds like the damage isn't like too bad, but um, you know, so you'll still have the car because yeah, you just got that car recently, right?
uh. Actually, I think it was a year, like last month. So I've had
Yeah,
it for over a year. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well,
So I don't know, man. I was really upset. I was trying to get back to the office,
hmm
because my I have an interview tomorrow for one of their sysadmin positions, the sysadmin position that opened up,
mm,
and they were telling me about it, and he wanted me to come back to the office to tell me about it when he could have just told me over the phone.
yeah,
But I was
yeah,
trying to hurry up and get back to the office, and I don't know. I even said in my mind, like, I don't think I should take this way because it's kind of like rush hours, like 4 o'clock. I don't think I should
yeah.
take this way. I should take the other way. But I did it anyway, and I don't know. It could have been prevented if I just took another way. And So I was beating myself up over it and everything. And
Yeah.
yeah, State Farm also, they fucking suck. Switching out as soon as I can off of them.
If
I
you can
fucking
get
hate State.
USAA, man, do it.
Okay.
If you
Yeah,
have anyone in your family that's military or ex-military, like,
oh,
do it.
anyone? Shoot, I got a
I
couple.
I think I don't know how far it goes, like,
Mhm.
but yeah, I think it's as long as you're related to them, I think you can get it. So,
Okay. Yeah, because
um,
the customer service I have received so far, except for my agent, my actual agent, she was fine. But
yeah,
like the claims adjuster still hasn't called me, or the person that takes over the claim still hasn't called me, still
yeah,
hasn't acknowledged that he has my claim and everything. The app
wow,
fucking sucks.
yeah,
It's just when I had before I went to them, I was on Progressive. Progressive was like letting me know every step of the way what was going on in the app. If I called them, they let me know.
hmm,
Emails and everything. They let me know every step of the way. Um, State Farm is just complete ass. Like they're spending too
yeah.
much money on those fucking ads and not enough on their fucking
I w-
customers, dude.
I would recommend, yeah, USAA or maybe try Liberty Mutual. I think Liberty Mutual is a little bit more expensive, but they don't take everybody. They're a little more
Okay.
selective of the types of people they take. So, um, might be worth looking into them too. But
Okay.
we've had a good experience with USAA. So they because yeah, Amanda, we got in an accident. This was like 2 years ago now, I think, and we didn't really have any issues. Like they had an agent come out, take pictures of the car, see the damage and everything, and like they, you know, processed the claim within a few weeks. Like it didn't really take that long. So
Okay.
Progressive, did I use Progressive? I used Progressive when I was younger, in my 20s. I don't think I ever needed anything from them. So I don't really have an experience with them, to be honest. But
Yeah, I only needed them one time when I got sideswiped by somebody on the highway, and then they kept driving.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but that was about it. I think it wasn't like my fault or anything like that. We ended up getting we managed to get the person's license plate and everything and charge them because they just ran away from the scene.
Mm.
So
See, that's another thing where a dash cam would really be helpful, actually,
yeah.
for something like that.
Yep.
Well,
So I do recommend everyone get fucking dash cams because either one, people can't drive, or two, they're trying to scam you. So
mhm. Yeah, that stuff is kind of freaky.
yeah.
I've seen some of those videos. But all right, well, for me, nothing really new. I've been off all week except for today. So we'll kind of get into what I've been playing here later. But shoulder's doing pretty good. We're getting there. I just got approval today from my doctor that I can start doing strengthening stuff with the physical therapist next week. So that's cool. We're making progress there. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it for me going on. So let's get into the show proper, Montreal. Hi everybody, welcome to the Players Take. This is episode 319. I'm your host Justin DeSimone, joined as always by my co-host Montrell Rice, and this is our weekly show. We talk about video games, video game news, and other topics pertaining to video games. We post at 6 a.m. Central Time on Fridays on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, and your favorite podcast app of choice. And if you'd like to send us questions, you can do so on Twitter at The Players Take, or you can send us an email to theplayerstake01@gmail.com. All right, Montreal. So before we get into what we've been playing, I just wanted to ask you, because this started today. Did you fuck around with the Switch 2 pre-orders at all?
Actually, I tried to get on it last night. I
Yeah,
tried to do Best Buy because I already had an account set up and everything, and I was in the waiting line for like maybe 20 minutes, and I just went to sleep.
yeah.
So I didn't try too hard. I went on like Nintendo's website, and they're going to start sending out their first wave of pre-orders
Mm,
um, on May 8th, and I should be like a shoe in for that because I've had their service for over 2 or 3 years, and I have over 300 or 400 hours in fucking
yeah,
Nintendo's time, so I should be okay. I should be able to get that. So I'm not really too worried about it.
yeah. Okay. I didn't mess around with it. I'm I'm not chomping at the bit to get it, dude. I'll pick it up when it's more readily in stock, probably.
Mm,
Um, I'm not flush with cash right now for something like this, um yeah, I'll probably be waiting for me, but I'm not like hotly anticipating it per se. So I'll probably try to pick it up later in the summer maybe, but I'm
okay.
not sure. The only thing I'm worried about is waiting. I think this is working to Nintendo's benefit right now, to some degree, is waiting. Like, we don't know what's going to happen with the tariffs. So if you wait, you could end up being in a situation where the price goes up, you know, because, if tariffs get, after the 90 days is up, if Vietnam still has the tariff on it, could end up being, could be a problem there, but it's whatever. Cross that bridge when we get there. Um, Kind of thing. But yeah, I have heard it's crazy. It's like already sold out everywhere. Already, at least pre-order wise. So it's, people want to switch too.
I feel like it's a majority bots, but
You think
I
so?
have seen some
Scalpers.
people. Yeah, I have seen some people actually like camping out at GameStop. So um
Yeah.
to get the pre-order. So
It's crazy, man. I don't. I think the thing I kind of don't understand about that, if it is bots and like scalpers, is I don't particularly, and yeah, I wasn't looking at this closely, but maybe you have a better idea of this. Like, I don't remember PS5 having a huge markup in the secondary market, dude. It wasn't, like PS3 was the PS3 generation in the Wii. Those are the ones I remember being insane, where you could make several $100s scalping those. But I feel like
mhm.
every console since, like, you're lucky if you're making 100 to 150 after fees, and everything on whatever site you're selling
uh
it on. It's
I don't
like,
think electronics is really worth it.
yeah, I don't think
Per
so
se.
either.
Um yeah, you're right. Like the only time people were scalping, it was like really rich assholes doing it. Um
Yeah.
and I mean, maybe because you and DJ got in early, like we all had our pre-orders within like the first month of the PS5 dropping. We wasn't really checking for it. I do know
Yeah.
it was hard to get a PS5. Um,
Yeah.
without I think you had to spend like $700 to $800 to get a PS5. I just don't feel like it's worth it. Um, and I think a lot of people at the time didn't feel like it was worth it either because a lot of games were still coming out for the PS4. So that
Mhm.
put a lot of water on the flame of fucking scalpers and shit like that. Now, one thing that really pissed me off, which is like not related to games, uh, was the fucking like I was a huge sneakerhead, and I only reason I stopped becoming a sneakerhead or stopped becoming a sneakerhead, um, was because of the scalping that was happening. Like
Mm.
it was really bad. A pair of shoes that normally cost like $200, people were scalping it the first. Well, actually, I would say the most common shoe, the Air Force One, was normally 89.99 to $100,
Yeah.
and people were scalping the all white ones that are just normal shoes that everyone wears. They were scalping those and selling those for like $150 to $200, and I
Yeah.
was like, "That's fucking crazy." The bot situation was just out of fucking control. I think it died down a lot since then, but I remember trying to get either like graphics card. It was especially bad for graphics cards
Oh man.
because
Yeah.
because the whole crypto thing, which I am so glad kind of like died out. Um, but yeah, 2020 was like a crazy fucking year.
Yeah.
I,
Trying to
I
get
was
anything.
like, yeah, I was at the point where I just wanted regulation for it. To be honest with you, I'm like, if you make a bot, you're going to jail. Like that.
Yeah.
That's where I was at with it because it was getting really bad.
Well, it's even worse, dude, for more like niche collectibles. Like, dude, Magic the Gathering right now is fucking miserable, man. Like, straight up. Um Trying to get the Final Fantasy set that's coming out, like almost anything for it is a fucking nightmare. Like, everything pre-order wise is completely marked up, like way unreasonably marked up for the most part. And there's these like collector booster boxes that have, like, different art and stuff, and it's a lot of foils and like special treatments and stuff for cards.
Hmm.
And these are normally they're normally like I say for new standard sets, they're usually like $225 probably. Um, that's typically been the price of them, but more recently they've started going up because speculators have realized that these are valuable. Like they tend to go up in value over time, so speculators
Hmm.
started buying these things to hold on to them, and
Hmm.
they're making the prices go up before this fucking set even comes out. And Final Fantasy is like, this is a collaboration with Magic the Gathering that is highly anticipated in the space. This is similar to like Lord of the Rings from a couple of years ago. And this set is, dude, like just the pre-order on this set is fucking crazy, man. It blows. Like the collector boxes are supposedly the retail for them is 450 for one of these, which is a huge markup over normal, right? I just told you 225 is normally what they go for like a normal Magic set. And they're 450, so they're double the normal price, out of the box, and then they're being marked up to 600 by all these retailers. Basically, like you can't look anywhere online and find them for anything less than 600. And it's pissing me off because it's like professional scalping. Like they're scalping before the set's even out. That's what it feels like, you know. Um, and it's just made it so unapproachable. I feel like for people, and even for me to a degree. I would not pay these type of prices outside of this kind of set. Like Final Fantasy is like a specific thing where I'm willing to go crazy personally. But it's just even this though. Like they're kind of hitting the limit here where it's like, dude, I don't want to pay $600 for a fucking one box. It's insane. I could buy a Switch 2 with that money. It's like it is insane. So I'm like, it's gotten out of control there, and I feel like it's happening in all these collector markets. And video games is part of this as well, to some degree. Not with new stuff necessarily, but even used games like old school retro games. The costs on old school retro games has gone way up in the last 5 years since COVID. Like it's completely ballooned to crazy levels there too. So I don't know. It's like it's happening everywhere, and it's really frustrating. Because it's not like we're making more money, you know? Like all this shit is going up like 50%. It's 50% higher than it was 5 years ago, or 100% higher than it was 5 years ago. And it's like our pay, we're lucky if our pay went up at all, over the last 5 years because of all the shit going on. So, um, I find it frustrating in general, and just the level of like frenzy for these things, and this is going back to the Switch 2 now that it's already out of stock, like completely, the pre-orders. It's just like the level of frenzy for this stuff is crazy, man. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like people are like frothing at the mouth to get this stuff, and at the same time, and it's like that's why I'm taking a long term view with the Switch 2. Is just like, look, I'm not getting into this shit. I don't want to turn the tracker on and fucking be F5 and shit all day, and like I'm too old for this shit. Okay, nothing is worth that. I'm sorry, like it's just not. Like I can live for a few months without a Switch 2. It's fine. It's okay. And I just feel like I feel like I feel like society at large is not in that space. Like they're just completely crazy. Like they gotta have it, bro. They gotta fucking have it. It's like we all just need to calm down a little bit, man. Like I feel like the whole everybody's like falling for FOMO like super hard, and I feel like we just need to like chill. Like we gotta chill out. We gotta take a step back. Um, but that's just me. Um, you know, it's
Yeah,
it is what
like
it
I don't
is.
know. I think a lot of it has to do with like the fucking influencers as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon cards is fucking awful. If you want to
Mm,
get into Pokemon cards, it's probably the worst time to get into Pokemon cards.
mm.
Um,
I'd say the same
because
thing about
people are
Magic, straight up.
yeah, because people are. I'm assuming this happens in Magic when they do those pack opens online and stuff like that. People
Yeah,
are like
yeah,
doing live pack opens for
yep.
Pokemon cards
Oh
on
yeah,
like
tons of
TikTok
that.
Live and
Oh yeah, these
IG
guys
Live and
buy. Dude, there's these channels I watch because this is how I like experience it now because it's so expensive. I can't really do it too often. Is like These guys will literally buy a case of collector boxes, and these are the $225 boxes I'm talking about. So they're spending $1,500 on a case, and they will open all 6 boxes on a video, and that's the video, straight up. It's just them opening it up and seeing how much value they get, out of the box, or out of the case or whatever. And yeah, no, that shit's all over YouTube, man. It's and it's fine. Like I I don't have a problem with it per se, as long as it's not touting the value of these things, right? It's like buying a booster box of Pokemon or Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh is a losing proposition nowadays. Like you are not going to get the value of the money you spent more than likely. So it's really just the fun of opening packs and seeing what you get. So if you're willing to do that, that's kind of, usually where I am, that's fine. But like if you're an influencer and you're buying these things and you're opening a box and you're like, oh, you guys should totally go out and buy these collector boxes for $250 or whatever. They're totally worth it, bro. It's like you're just like a fucking shill, and it's I don't know. Like people shouldn't be doing that because it's straight up gambling. Like you're encouraging people to gamble. Straight up. Like it is. That's what it is. I mean, we've talked about this on the show before. These games from the 90s, like the Pokemon card game, Magic, and Yu-Gi-Oh, are literally were loot boxes before loot boxes. And they are still loot boxes now. Like no one has ever had a problem with this for some reason. But then when video games do it, it was like a huge deal. And it's like, obviously there's a difference between digital and physical goods. Yeah, I get that. But it's like, I mean, outside of that, it is the same thing. Like it is gambling at the end of the day. So
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think I just hate how everything's not monetized because it's automatically monetized, but saturized. It's
yeah, saturated. Yeah,
yeah, saturated. I don't know. It's just weird. Like the Pokemon card thing was just weird to me because it came out of nowhere, in my opinion. I mean, I know people still play Pokemon cards, and that was a hot thing. But I mean, even when it was like the hottest, in my opinion, in like the '90s, it's probably hotter now.
yeah, it
You
is.
can still go to Walmart and just buy you a pack, and then you'll
Yeah.
be like, or a starter deck or something like that, and you can still, you know, and that was like, in my opinion, the height. But I think this is higher now. Because you can't just
Well,
go to Walmart anymore. You can't. You have to buy it
yeah.
online. So
Well, our generation was the ones who were into that when we were kids, right? And
yeah,
we're old enough now where we have excess income to spend on shit like that. So that's why it's big. Because they maintained kids playing the game over the last like 20-25 years. But then I think like older people started coming back into the game, in more recent years because they have money
uh,
now,
yeah,
that they didn't have before. So, um, yeah, it is what it is. But I think we could all do with a little chilling out on this stuff. It's not. I don't know. It just feels like I just feel like with Magic in particular, like I have to be like a fucking I don't know, like I have to be a crazy person and like constantly search for this shit to find it at a reasonable price. And it's like I'm not doing that, man.
yeah.
I have better things to do with my time. Um so yeah. All right. Let's get into the show. Let's start talking about what we've been playing. I'll go first because there's really no changes for me here. Wuthering Waves, nothing new to say here, really. Still playing this, still keeping up with it every day. I will say I am starting to get a little bored of it. I think the only reason I'm still playing this, and this is to the game's credit, I will say, is that I literally have to log in for about 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes every day, and that's it for the day. Like I don't have to do anything else.
Mhm.
Genshin was worse. I had to spend 30 minutes probably every day playing, and that is a huge difference over the course of weeks, months. Of time. So that's probably the big reason I'm still playing it is because it's so easy to just log in and do the daily stuff and get out. Like they've made it so fast that it's not really a big deal with this game. So I appreciate that. Been playing PUBG and League still. Montrell, I've been checking in on you every week with this. Where are you at with PUBG, man? Where are we at?
This week I definitely was not in the. the mindset to play PUBG,
Me
unfortunately. So
either.
I have been avoiding it. I have been avoiding y'all, just because I
Yeah.
didn't want to have a Brad moment and like go off on somebody. So I was just
Break
like, you
that.
know what?
I get it. I get it. I
Yeah,
understand. No,
yeah.
I totally get it, man.
Yeah, I saw y'all
Yeah.
typing in the chat and stuff. I was just like, I'm not feeling it, y'all. I'm sorry. Like,
No, yeah, you're fine. I mean, it happens to me too sometimes where you just kind of want to be by yourself, like and given your circumstances, like yeah, I get it.
yeah.
But yeah, PUBG though. I joined the dark side. I set up the equalizer in my Steel Series software for it,
Hmm.
and I don't think I have it like perfect, but it certainly works. I'm definitely hearing more than I used to, like when I was playing normally
Okay.
before, and I don't know. Does it make the game better? I don't think so. I hate that I even feel like I have to do this. It's just like, but if you, dude, it's like one of those things. Like if you don't do it, you're just literally putting yourself at a disadvantage. Straight up. Um, and it's so frustrating to play, and people aren't cheating, but they're using an equalizer. So they might, from my perspective, they might as well be cheating, because they hear me from twice as far away as I hear them. And that's not fair. That's not an even playing field. I'm sorry, I don't care what you say. Like you can sit there and be like, oh well, why don't you turn the equalizer on too? That's like, I fuck it, I did it, but do I feel good about it? No, because that's not the way the game is fucking designed. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like I think what I want to see is like this. I'm not gonna get this out of PUBG, but maybe someday in the future, in like I don't know, a decade or something, games start taking their audio a little bit more seriously. I feel like PUBG and Apex and these games are really really bad with the way they handle audio in some ways. Cuz you remember that audio bug in Apex? I don't remember where you would like um fuck, there was something, I forget what it was, where somebody was
It was a layer thing where
yeah, you
if
you could
we if
hear
we're
like everybody healing on the entire map from where you were standing, or something like that. It was
Yeah, it was that, and then they had
yeah.
another one where, say like if me, you, and Jet were running too close to each other, we couldn't hear the other enemy's footsteps because
Oh,
the layering, everything was
that
in the
was
same
what it
layer.
was. That was what it was. Yeah. So sometimes we couldn't hear footsteps in Apex, and yeah, somebody sussed out that the game puts all the audio in one layer, and if there were too many inputs like happening in that layer, certain things would just get cut out and wouldn't play. And sometimes that
Yeah.
was footsteps. So that was, and I don't think that ever got fixed. I don't know. So you got that in
No.
Apex, and then you got in PUBG. I just feel like the fact that you can use an equalizer to hear people from like multiple buildings away, like footsteps, I think it shouldn't work that way. There should be a limit as how far your audio could actually hear. In the game, like if I'm 4 buildings away from you, you shouldn't hear my footsteps. Period. I don't care what fucking software you're using. It literally should not play. Is what I'm saying. Like there should be a limit, like a barrier of how far the game like recognizes that audio. And maybe this is hard to do. I don't know, this kind of spatial audio tuning or whatever you want to call it. But like I don't think that's the way PUBG works now. I feel like there's a distance. I feel like the distance where it plays is pretty large, and an equalizer can bridge that gap and make it make you hear it really easily. Um, and I don't think that's. I just don't think that makes sense. I don't know personally. So I want to see something like changed in that realm with one of these games, some game that comes out in the future. Because it's one of the most frustrating parts of PUBG is like I don't know, hacking still feels prevalent, but I don't think it's that prevalent necessarily. I think the bigger issue is just how many players, especially experienced players, just seem to know exactly where you're standing no matter what you do at any given time. Um they hear you, like, dude, I remember I think it was you were in a building at one point, and you were crouched, and you like, I don't even remember what you did. Like you moved slightly and adjust, and like you like pulled out a different weapon, and they heard that from like
Oh yeah,
40
yeah.
meters away outside the building, and they immediately turned to you, dude. Like, I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was like. I was the only one left alive, and I snuck
yeah,
in behind them. They didn't
yeah.
hear me sneaking behind them, but as soon as I
You like
changed
adjusted a
my
weapon or
weapon,
something. Yeah,
adjusting the
change the
weapon or
weapon.
something, like
Yeah.
the entire team, like on the replay, you can see all the arrows turn exactly to where I was
Literally, it was
at.
crazy, dude. I was like, what am I watching? AI? Like, what is this? So yeah, it's just that stuff is really frustrating because it doesn't feel fair, dude. Like, I don't even know how to move up to somebody silently, in PUBG. It just doesn't feel like you can do it. It just feels like people are gonna know. So it's like I don't know, man. Like I find short range fights really annoying in PUBG. And I'm like long range. I'm totally good with long range. I love the long range in PUBG. In the mid range, like I think that plays great. It feels great. Because it's all about sight lines. Like it's literally all about sight lines. There's no audio really. There is audio somewhat, but it's not going to make or break the fight, generally speaking. Whereas short range is literally all audio. It's all audio. It's all about audio. That's it. you know. So I don't know. I don't know how you feel about it at this point, but that's where I'm just kind of like, I just want to go play League. I don't have to deal with these issues in League. Like, yeah, they're fucking Smurfs. Yeah, there might be the occasional cheater or something, or a griefer or whatever, inter. But dude, it's like, at least when I'm playing the game, I don't have to deal with all this meta bullshit. I'm just playing the fucking game. It's how well I control my character versus the opponent. It's like as simple as that. So
I agree. I don't know. I'm just whatever, man. Like at this point, I'm just like whatever. Uh,
yeah.
when we play it, we play it. When we don't play it, we don't play it. And that's kind of like where I'm at with it, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
I'm not too really I don't know. When I gotta download other software and research how to fucking make my footsteps sound better, I kind of just like check out mentally over that shit.
I
Just like
agree.
now,
Totally.
maybe now I need to get a better headset and stuff like that. Because I bought this headset. The headset I have has been working fine. I'm like, maybe I need to get a better quality headset because I mean, I only use my headset for communication, not for like actual gameplay and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, it's too
I don't
much
know.
at a certain
Yeah,
point. It's
yeah.
like too much. The game wants too much out of you. you know. So I don't know,
I
but
don't know, and I just don't like the way people play in PUBG. I just rather go. Honestly, I'd rather just go back and play Apex. Like to be honest with you, the
yeah,
one game that pissed me off was when we were all alive in Palace, or we all died, and there was like one guy left, and I went. I sprinted or not sprinted by. I checked my corner over a wall, and he was fucking prone in the corner and
dude,
shot me.
he just like you shot him and he just ran to a corner and went prone. Like, dude, what are we doing, man? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, it's so annoying. I just don't want to play PUBG like that. And maybe it makes sense tactically, but it's a video game, man. I don't know. Just it's I don't know. It's not fun. I'm kind of with you on that. Like it's just that kind of shit drives me crazy. And the like hiding and the way like there are times, dude. My favorite is when we're like a team's like shooting at us, right? And they're in a building, like all four of them, and then like a couple of us turn around and we tag them a couple times, and bro, they like go prone in the house and they just don't move. Like they never peek again.
They never move.
They
They
never move.
never move, bro. It's
Like
so annoying,
it is
dog.
so annoying. And I can't stand that shit. It's such a Mickey Mouse pussy bullshit. And I do miss Apex in that regard. So but you have been grinding League. You got to gold 4. You left me in the dust, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. I'll be honest with you. I just locked in randomly, like
Well, you're not
last
playing.
week.
You're not playing bot, right?
No, I'm not. I'm playing mid lane and
That's exactly
jungle.
why.
Yeah, I
yeah.
locked in, and then I just started. I just started grinding. I mean, I was already when we started playing. So there is rank decay, in this game. because I was silver 1 before I stopped playing, we all just stopped playing randomly or whatever.
Mm.
And then it knocked me all the way down to silver 3.
Hmm.
Like silver 3 and like 98 LP or something like that, or 90 or 80
Yeah.
LP.
Yeah.
So when I was playing with you again, um I it, I won a couple games, got into silver 2, then got knocked down in a couple. I was like, man, I could have swore I was silver 3 or 1 before. I was like only a couple games away from gold. And I did check my thing and I was, but my rank decayed. So I just started grinding again. I picked up Ari again, and I was just like, I'm about to just fucking duke it out and go. And yeah, I got the gold. So now I'm about to try to get the platinum. But yeah, like I can't to play bot lane even as a support because I was doing it early this season, like the first part of the season. Even though I was doing
Yeah.
solo queue,
Yeah.
support was my secondary if I didn't get mid lane because I didn't want to play jungle. It was just impossible to carry that lane. That lane is a fucking shit show. Like, um, and then I do remember. So what I was doing was, uh, this was like earlier this year. Um, I was mid laning first, and then I had bot lane as my secondary. So I was the carry because every time I played jungle or I played mid lane, my carry would fucking fuck up the game. Like
Yeah.
if they had a really bad lane experience,
Yeah.
they I don't know what it is about certain ADCs. I mean, you don't do this, but certain ADC players, when they just have a really bad lane experience, they can't figure out that there are other ways to help your team.
Yeah.
So if I'm having I did see in my match history that I did play bot lane a lot actually, and I was like, damn, I played Tristana a lot. And what I was doing was, if I had a really bad game, like I went like maybe 2-4 or something like that, and but I have like 15 or 16 assists. Like I would try to help my team the most if I can. I'll let the other person carry. I'll let them do what they need to do. I won't die as much. I'll push out lanes and then back. Push out lanes and back, or I'm just constantly farming or whatever,
Yeah.
trying to be in places where everything was at.
Well,
People don't understand that.
Triss is a really good tower pusher too. So
Yeah, exactly, and that's why I
yeah.
like her a lot.
Yeah.
Um, like I couldn't really play Kaisa because she's too dependent on um like scaling. She scales really well,
Mm.
but it's just getting to that point where you can do stuff with her. Sometimes it's too late.
Yeah.
Um, Jinx is like I think Jinx is like a good overall all around champion. I actually think she's still overpowered in my opinion. She just does everything. She can
Hmm.
push out waves. She can stay back if she wants to. The only thing that she doesn't have is like a getaway. She doesn't have really good like mobility.
Mm. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and Jin is way too skill reliant. I can use him really well, but
Yeah. Yeah.
he's too skill reliant on like people understanding how to use Jin. Like there'll be time when I'm playing Jin and I'm like, I'm still reloading, guys, and like they're pinging me like, why didn't you shoot him? I'm like, I'm reloading, guys. I don't know what you want
How
me
do
to
you
do.
not
Like I'm
know that though? You play League, bro. That's unbelievable. Dude, there's nothing that triggers me more where I'm Jin and I'm reloading and this person's one shot and they're like picking me like, why are you shooting? It's like, bro, like, are you fucking stupid? Like, I don't. Or the
you
alt
can
is also really annoying where
yeah
people don't realize that you have your ult ready to go, or like you're positioning for it, so they'll stick near you and it's like, no, 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 I need you to be forward so I can actually like be in a position where I can use the ult safely, um
yeah
because
yeah
if I activate the ult and I start shooting it and they advance because they want to come to me, like I can't stand there and continue to shoot, it's just a waste.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, he is a good person to climb because he can do self peel if your support is really
yes,
bad.
yes,
But
yes.
so that's the other problem. I would have to learn support again if I want to play ranked, and like I kind of lost all my support mentality on what to do when I'm playing support. To be honest with you, uh, I'm just not. I tried.
He's trying to rationalize why he won't do it with me now.
No, 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 no. I will still do it with you. I just need to.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just need to like I don't even know if I still can. I think I still can. You're silver, so I can still do it with
yeah.
you.
We can do it.
I just don't want to drop below silver.
I just need to like suck it up and start playing solo. I guess I don't know. Like I I just don't like playing bottom with randos because it's such a shit show. But I don't know. I might need to get over it because we don't play enough for me to really climb. You know,
Mm.
it's like playing 2 or 3 times a week is not enough to climb. Really, you need to play more consistently and more volume of games. You know, to actually climb in league. So I don't know. I may dabble in playing by myself at some point because
Just
I do
all
want to
you gotta do,
climb.
bro, is just mute all, and
Yeah,
that's it. As soon as you go and jump into the game, mute all. If it
pings
starts
too,
doing,
or no pings.
I actually do ping when I'm jungle. I mute everything. Legitimately, when I'm
Yeah,
jungle, I mute everything because I
yeah,
feel like I have enough junk. I have enough knowledge to know where the fuck I'm going. So don't ping me on stuff. Um,
yeah,
Especially for jungle when people want to go for objectives, and it's definitely not the right time to go for objective. Um, I turn my shit off all the time, not just run away. I mean, they probably report me or whatever, but especially as a jungler, um, I'm like there would be certain times when like everyone on the enemy team is dead. I'm like, I'm pigging. Okay, let's get an objective. Let's get an objective. No one comes. And then everyone, after they clear the little waves and whatever the fuck, jacking each other off or whatever, then everyone wants to come over like, oh, okay, let's get the objective, guys. And it's like, no, the entire enemy team is up, and I hate doing 50-50 splits. I'm
yeah,
not going for this. Let's ping
yeah,
it or let's ward it up, and then if they try to go for it, I can steal it because I'm really good at stealing dragons. So let's do that or whatever. But especially in the mid lane. In the mid lane, I act like no one's gonna help me. When I get a jungler that helps me, I am
mm,
like legitimately surprised. I'm like, oh, thanks, you actually fucking
yeah.
helped me.
Same, same bot
Uh,
lane.
yeah. But when me and Jet were playing bot lane, just on norms. And bro, yesterday we won the game because we were playing with Salty, but I mean we won because we were actually doing well too. Um, we had like literally it was like a 4-man dive on bot lane in norms. They were at the tower Justin for at least a minute 30, just like
Yeah,
trying to get us,
yeah,
trying to snipe us. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You
yeah,
guys have a whole other map. Like your waves are crashing. Go back. And they're just
yeah,
like, no, we gotta get you. And they end up
yeah.
well, it was a 2-for-1. One of us died and two of them died. So it was a
Wow.
2-for-1.
Yeah.
And I think it was more than that because Salty came down and cleaned him up. So it was for nothing. And it's just like, but I don't know, man. When you get behind as a fucking ADC, it just feels fucking miserable, bro. Like I'm
Yes.
just like, I like no one respects you on the map. I'm trying to push mid lane out. I'm like, okay, I
Well, the
can at
team,
least.
your own team doesn't respect you either. They'll
That's what
like
I'm saying. Like,
they'll take CS from you when you're literally already there. Like they're it's fucking it is miserable.
yeah,
Like
it's
people treat you like
like
shit.
yeah, and the one thing I do hate is when we have the lane swap. Like, all right, mid lane, go bot lane, and now I'm going to take the mid lane because that's the best. That is the best lane for the ADC and the support to be at because you guys can push the wave out and then funnel to where you ever need to funnel to on the map. Like that's the whole point of it. It's why you do the lane swapping. And uh lower elos just don't get that like at all. Like
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, man, like uh that's why I stopped playing Silas because I I was watching this Silas player. I watched him a lot. He's like a rank. He's like a master or not master, but challenger Silas player. And he was like, "Yo," he's like, "I know if you guys are really good at Silas and everything like that, you may be really good at Silas. Your mechanics may be sound and everything. Don't play him if you're below Emerald." And I'm like, he's like, because you have to not only do you have to have game knowledge, but you have to have your teammates have to have game knowledge of what you're doing. He's like, more than likely your teammates are not going to respect like, and that's what was happening. I would have games where I'm like, I'm going like 15-2, and I still can't carry the game because they're just dumb. They're like, oh well, you're carrying, so I could take a back seat. And it's like, no, he's a secondary carry, so he can't just do that. I need you guys to play the game. So when I play
Yeah.
Ari though, or I play another mage, I can actually like support everyone better. I have
Yeah.
CC and I have safe CC, so which means I can shoot it from a distance and CC somebody. And Ari is just a really safe champion. And then if they have a dash heavy champion, I pick Vex. For any dash heavy champions or like Yasuo, like Vex is like the anti Yasuo Yone player or champion. I love her. And then I'll pick. I have Silas as my like my backup. If I can't figure out anything else, I play him because I he's my bread and butter. But yeah, like I don't know, like league is it's in an okay spot. Right now, um I'm actually glad those changes. Like I saw some people complaining about the changes to the jungle and the support, and I understand wanting to have like
Freedom.
build diversity and stuff like that. But I've been playing League forever, and I do not want three people on my team with Smite. I
Yeah.
had a game when I first started climbing back again, like last week. I had a game, literally. Uh, it was a Briar support with Smite.
Yeah.
And I was just like, why are you griefing my game? Like, what's the point of this? Why? And they're like, oh, it's a mistake. Like, jump off
No.
a cliff. Like, you know,
Yeah, you're just griefing. They're
yeah,
griefing. They're just griefing. Yeah, and that kind of thing. I don't know. That kind of thing is like. I mean, I look. League is what it is, right? If you want a game where you get creative freedom with the way you play, then go play Dota
yeah,
2. Like that's what
yeah,
Dota 2 is. Like straight up.
exactly.
That's the
Yeah,
way it's designed. And I get a little frustrated with League. I talked about it a couple weeks ago. Like I wish League would let a little bit more of that stuff into the game. But you know what? If they're not, then go all the way. Like let's
I
just
think they,
pendulum swing the whole way,
yeah,
like
and I think that's what
I'm
they're
of the
doing
mind where
now.
you like go even further, bro. Restrict what champions you can pick depending on what your role assignment is. Like
You
I'm
know
not
what?
even fucking with you. I'm totally
You know what?
serious.
I actually kind of agree with that because if
Dude,
you
you
put
shouldn't
like,
be able to pick Lulu as an ADC, like, or whatever the fuck. Like, somebody's done that in a game before with us, Like, we were on the other team, so we were the beneficiaries of that kind of trolling, but it's trolling. You're trolling, straight up. you know? Like,
yeah, no,
so I
I
don't know.
agree. I would like more build diversity, but the league community is just not. They're not mature enough for it, bro. They
No,
grief.
they've been conditioned. No, I actually put this on Riot. Riot has conditioned the player base to not do build diversity, right? So but we're so far past the Rubicon with that it's too late to change it now. So just go all the way. It's like, just go all the way with it. Because yeah, I fucking hate top laners being in bot lane. I think it's the dumbest shit. It's super frustrating to play against. And it's super trolly, like in I don't know. They probably wouldn't restrict it if they ever did restrict champion selection based on role, but it would be on the top of my list because I do when you pick a Mundo bottom lane or something, like Mundo Tom Kench or something, fuck you, dude. Like you're just trying to troll the bottom lane. It's like you're not really trying to play the game. And it's just not fun. It's not fun. So I don't know. That's just my point of view though. All right. Enough about League. Other than that, I've been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance. I've made good progress this week. I'm starting to actually feel like I'm getting through this game. I'm probably about like I know this is gonna sound insane because I've been talking about this game for like fucking months, but I think I'm about like fully in terms of full completion of everything, like 50% maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and because I've gotten to the point where I've almost cleaned out my current quest log of like side quests and activities. So I'm very close to like getting back to the main story. But I think where I'm at in the main story is a break point for another set of side quests and activities that comes afterwards. So I'm like I've been doing side quests for like 2 weeks straight now, and I'm like I think I'm about to have to go do another couple weeks of side quests probably. So that's kind of where I'm at with the game, but so it is a huge game. There's a ton in the game. It actually sounds like I went and looked this up the other day. It seems like the second game is actually smaller than this one, which excites me. I'm not gonna lie. It's not necessarily that it's a small game. It's still there's plenty to do in the game, but it seems like it might be a little bit smaller than the first game in some ways. So I think the thing with the game, the reason it's taking me so long is there's just some obtuse shit with this game, and I mean I've talked about this game a lot, so you guys know that the game is kind of obtuse. But I think it took me a while to really understand like some things going on. So some of the quests in the game are timed, and if you don't complete them within a certain number of in-game days after starting them or getting to a certain part in the quest, you will fail the quest basically. But the game doesn't really tell you this up front. So what I did was, and I this is a mistake. And if I was earlier in my playthrough, I would have started over, but I was way too deep at this point to do this. Is I went around the map and I got every quest I could that was available to me on the entire game map, basically, before I did any of them. And I usually do that with, it's kind of an MMO type tendency. You just go get all the quests in a zone and then you go do them all, at the same time. Um, this game, I almost say discourages that because of these time quests. So I picked up all the quests, right? The game doesn't tell you which ones are timed and which ones aren't. And you might be able to infer it if you're really paying attention to what's going on in the dialogue. Like, oh yeah, you're helping all the injured at the monastery or whatever, and if you don't help them fast enough, they're gonna die. But the game doesn't really say that exact thing, and it doesn't mark the quest. So I didn't realize that was the case, and I didn't do the quest for a while. And then when I eventually tried to do it, I just failed because everybody was dead because I didn't do anything.
Mhm.
So that was a little frustrating. And I was so far past picking the quest up that I couldn't really realistically go back. I would have lost like 10, 15 hours of progress, which fuck that for one quest. So I just said fuck it. And this happened to me for a few of the quests actually in the game. And yeah, it was a little annoying, because of that. And so I don't know. It's like I'd recommend if you're going to play this game and you want to do all the quests in the game, do them region by region, and don't pick up too many quests at the same time. It's not going to work out. You're not going to be able to do them all. You're going to end up fucking some of them up probably. Um so yeah, it's like it's the game is really good. I like the game a lot, but there's just these like little things in the around the edges that are frustrating like that. That start you kind of bite you a little bit. So but outside of that, I'd say the quests that I have been able to do, I am very impressed with them. I think this is definitely a high level RPG in terms of like side quests and stuff. There's a lot of good ones. And there's some that are not so good, not necessarily bad, but they're just kind of there. They're it's a quest, kind of thing. So, I'm still enjoying the game a lot. I'm hoping by next week's recording, I'll have advanced the story again somewhat. Because it's been a few weeks since I did any story quests in the game, and I am kind of like getting a little antsy with that. Like I want to continue the game story. I really like the main storyline actually so far. So I want to keep going with that. But yeah, it's still a fun game. I'm hoping to get through it soon. I want to be done with it. I don't know. I don't know what timeline. I need to put more hours into it. I've been playing too much multiplayer with you guys and doing other shit. Like I really need to just like focus on this game and like get it done and get some like really big sessions in for it.
Mhm.
Because I was able to do that yesterday. I probably played for, I don't know, 8 hours, maybe 6 hours, I'd say. But I made a shit ton of progress in those 6 hours. And Yeah, I just need to like do that a few more times and get through this. So yeah, that's all I've been playing though. What about you, Montreal? Anything else?
Unfortunately, I haven't played anything. I got a little bit further in midnight, some south of midnight. I'm on the
Yeah,
10th chapter.
yeah.
Um, and some kind of twist happened. Some twist happened, so the game isn't over yet. I thought it was gonna be 10 chapters, but it looks like it's a little bit longer than ten
Mm,
chapters.
okay.
Uh, so I'm gonna try to finish it up this weekend. Because a lot of other games came out this week. I mean, Oblivion
Yep.
dropped, and then fucking Expedition 33
Yep.
came out today, I believe.
Yep.
Um, so I'm trying to finish that just so I can play some other games. Um, but yeah, like I'm pretty much in like study mode, so I'm actually probably not going to pick up any new games anytime soon. Probably just going to play League and DMC for like the next couple of weeks.
Mm,
'Cause I'm trying to get
okay.
my one of my AZ certification, AZ 800 and 801.
Mm,
So
okay.
once I get those certifications, then I can go back to like gaming normally, but yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Well, let's move on to the news. We don't have a ton of news today, but we did get a big drop this week with. So the first story we have is Ghost of Yotei is got a release date and a new trailer, and it is coming on October 2nd this year. And Montreal, did you watch this new trailer, or were you able to watch it?
Yeah, I think I put it in the chat, right?
I think you, yeah, I think you did.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched it.
So what do you think? You excited?
Sort of, kind of. To be honest with you, they didn't really show too much gameplay. To
Mm-hmm.
be honest with you, what they
Little
did show
flashes
was,
of it at the end, yeah.
yeah, they only showed little flashes of it. So, I mean, the story is a story of revenge, so I think that's gonna be cool. Um, but I'm curious like how the gameplay is gonna change.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and everything. It looks like your companion or your theme this time. Because I mean, the Ghost of Tsushima, I guess the theme was like the fox. Was that your main theme, like your the animal theme? Was it?
Yeah, because there were like the fox shrines and all that. I
Yeah. So it looks
remember.
like this one was gonna be like your main your theme is a wolf. So
Yeah,
it looks like you can put the wolf into combat as well. So I'm gonna be interested to see how they do that as well. So
yeah. I'm still not over the fact that this is a different story entirely from the first game. um, I don't know. I just like I don't know. I think they may go back to it someday, but I'm just a little frustrated because I feel like the game really did end on like not a cliffhanger, but um there was a very clear like the story was clearly not done, in my opinion. Um and I'm still a little frustrated by that because I'm not that interested in what they've presented here personally. Not saying I'm not going to play the game. I probably will. The gameplay of Ghost of Tsushima is enough to play it, right? I don't necessarily need a great story to play it, but I think the setup of like this the main character when they were a kid, their village got destroyed and all their family got killed by these like six whatever six guys. Um, the Onryo I think is what they're called. Um, and that's the story. That's like the setup for the story. Is she grows up and she wants to kill them all. It's like okay. I mean, like from a structural standpoint, I think that's actually going to be really cool. Is like running around because it sounds like you can freeform choose what order you kill them in, which that is cool. I think, but you know, just on its face as like a story, it's like, it's not that interesting. I don't know. Like, I don't find it that interesting. It just feels kind of generic to me. We've seen revenge stories a million different times. And I think Jin's story was more interesting because it was against the backdrop of real historical events,
yeah,
with the Mongol invasion, and I think that was a really cool dynamic for the story in that game. Whereas this, maybe it is against the backdrop of something. I don't know. They haven't really revealed enough to say. But
yeah. I don't know the era. I mean, I think
yeah,
it's in the 1800s, maybe, or maybe the 1700s.
no. Let's see. Era 1603.
1603. All right.
300 years after Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. So, um, we'll have like definitely more like projectile weapons. I would think like
Oh,
muskets and stuff.
that's actually a cool period
Yeah.
to be into. If it's in the 1600s, it's going to be at the end of the. It's going to be in the middle of the Edo period, which is right after the Civil War, the huge Civil War that happened. I actually
Okay.
prefer to play the Civil War, to be honest with you. But
Well, yeah. Well, there you go. See, that's what I mean. That's what I mean, though. Like, I don't know. Like, we'll see. We'll see.
oh,
I
okay. Hold
mean,
on, hold on. Mark
is
the
it during the?
beginning. Yeah, it is. It's during the Civil War. So
Okay.
that's the Civil War.
Then okay. All right. So there's something interesting there for sure. Um, but I don't know. I'm still attached to Jin as a character though. I liked him as a character. And I enjoyed the first game. And I just like the idea of it continuing his story, but Like I said, maybe someday they'll go back. It's not like this game precludes them from doing that necessarily. Um, so yeah. So I don't know. I don't have much more to say about it. I think the game, the small snippets of gameplay we got to see do look pretty good. Um, we'll see what new gameplay they add, like new features and stuff, and ways to fight. It seems like there might be new weapons, which is cool. So that's exciting. Um, always a fan of a Kusarigama in these games. And I think we saw some footage of that in a couple, both of the trailers actually. So that looks good. So, but
Yeah,
yeah, October
I
2nd
mean,
though does the, oh, go ahead.
so I'm gonna correct myself again. I'm sorry. This was after the Civil War. This was the it's called the era of peace, or not the era of peace, but
See, it's lame again.
yeah, yeah. So this era is when like
Uh,
shogunate took over and they kind of ruled all the way until uh 1868 when
yeah,
Japan first I guess was starting to transition towards more of a western style of imperialism or militarization and everything like that, and they were trying to you remember like there's a whole bunch of movies and everything when the samurai were like dying out, and then
yeah,
it was more military style, more current or modern military,
yeah.
and that's during this period, but we are going to be in the beginning phase of that period, not the end phase. So yeah, I am not looking. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not gonna look forward to it. I'm just like I'm okay on it. Like I think it would be a cool story. I have to see what they do, but it's gonna be weird because this is like not what would be cool is if we're like at the end of the Civil War, but we're like in the reconstruction phase. So like
Yeah.
there's still like there probably still gonna be bandits and like outposts you gotta take over and everything of that nature. But I'm very curious what they're gonna do with this. Like, are you tasked with like you know establishing the shogunate that's gonna take
Yeah.
over for the next 200 years, or are you going against it or whatever? Like I don't know.
Or is this
Um,
just, or is there, or does that have nothing to do with that? And this is a more like personal
yeah, that's
story.
true, true.
Because
Bec-
the place the game takes place on, Ezo, I think is the name of it,
mhm.
was not controlled by Japan at this period of time. So
So it's on a separate
um
island.
yeah, so I'm not even sure how much any of that will have to do with the game, necessarily. So I guess we'll find out, but um I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But October
Yeah,
2nd
it's
though,
okay.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it kind of sucks that you can't really express how you feel about the game now because if you say anything bad about the game, people are gonna call you sexist, and that's because the vast
Yeah.
vitriol that came out when everyone found out the protagonist was a woman. So
Yeah. I don't know if people called it this, but Ghost of Yotei or so,
yeah,
something like that. I mean, I don't care about the protagonist, whatever, male, female, it doesn't really matter, right?
you
To
know
me.
that's what I'm
Um,
saying. Like even if you express that, people are gonna automatically think that, right? You know,
yeah, it's
you
not about
you
that to me though. It's literally that it's. I just wanted a continuation of Jin's story specifically. So, the fucking this protagonist could be literally fucking anybody, and I wouldn't really care that much.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. October 2nd though, you think does that make sense? Is that kind of in line with where you thinking this game would come out this year?
Actually, I didn't think it would come out this year. I thought it was gonna come out next year.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, I
I,
felt they said 2025 when they revealed it. So, I'm not surprised, but I guess do you think there's a risk of delay with this one?
mm, it looks almost done from what they've shown.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it looks polished. I mean, there's no way for us to really know, right? We haven't seen enough of the
yeah.
game to speculate either way, I guess to me.
Also, this
Um,
is one of those games where it's like you have to play it to actually get the true experience of it. Because remember they
yeah.
showed of Tsushima, and we were like, "This looks really bad." and then,
And it was like one of the best games of the generation. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
So I
Uh,
mean, actually, to be honest with you, Justin, we were just like this on Ghost of
True.
Tsushima.
True, dude. True. Yeah, true. God, it's been so long. I like kind of forgot. But yeah, you're you're totally right, man. Like, yeah, we were we had the same conversation. I think it was more negative though back then.
It was more negative. It was more
Um,
negative.
because we hadn't played. I think that's the reason I'm negative now, though, is like I played the first game and I loved the first game, you know? So completely departing from that period of time is like, I don't know, it's risky. But yeah, I guess you're right. They could prove us wrong again. I could play this game and
Yeah.
dude, I'm probably gonna play this game and it's like, yeah, this game fucking rules, you know? It's like, I mean, the gameplay rules. Like it was so fun to play, you know?
Yeah.
So I have no question that that's going to continue to be true in this game, right? My whole trepidation is just the story. That's it, narrative, and
Yeah.
like side quests, you know. So I'm sure playing the game is going to feel very fun to play, you know. So we shall
Yeah, I
see.
agree.
All right. Well, October 2nd. It is $69.99. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that with new games. Is the prices that they get announced with. But no price increase there yet on anything like that. But yeah, we'll be looking forward to this one. So, all right, moving on. This is from Insider Gaming. Our next story. This is was an exclusive from Tom Henderson. So here's the headline quote: Ubisoft is developing a new battle royale heavily inspired by Apex Legends. End quote. So he talks about the game. It's currently under the project name Scout. And he says it's so heavily inspired by Respawn Entertainment's highly successful Apex Legends that it was once used as a thumbnail for the project. So the game's been in development for a couple years. It's going to be a hero shooter BR. They have their own spin on certain characters from Apex, like Pathfinder, Wraith, Lifeline, and some others that weren't named. Um, and he did say one of the sources mentioned, quote, I think the goal is to capitalize on the player count of Apex dropping and them Ubisoft higher ups thinking there's room in the market for another hero battle royale, end quote. So he actually mentions one other thing that's really interesting here too is their internal research team. So this is from the article as well. They recently asked the question as to what's next after battle royale, while citing the decline in players across various battle royale games, including Apex Legends. So their internal research says this isn't a good idea at this point to make a BR, but they're going against that with their own instincts, seeing the decline of Apex, thinking maybe they can jump in and make something new and steal some of that community. What do you think, Montrell? Is this doomed?
This is one of the rare times I would agree with the research. Like, I mean, I understand the developers may have a passion for this or whatever.
Mhm.
Uh, no, man, I'll just play Apex. Like, like I know we all want a different Apex, but
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure your gunplay is not going to be as good as Apex's gunplay. Like, that's what make Apex. You know, I don't think
You
people
think?
understand that.
Okay, so I'm in a different boat here. I guess I don't know. um, I mean, I think it's well documented on the show how we both feel about Apex, especially me. I soured on the game over time significantly,
Hmm.
because Respawn and EA just had no interest in making the game better, and clearly that has played out with this game heavily in decline. Right, player counts way down and everything. So I think Ubisoft going for this makes sense tactically, right? From that perspective, there is room, but I think to your point, that's the main thing, right? Is execution. Can they execute on a BR that has as strong of a feel and gameplay as Apex? That's like the real main issue. Because I think if they came out with their own version of it and it was just as good, I actually do think people would be interested in go over to it. I think the common analysis of this has been to make fun of Ubisoft and say like BR is dead. Why are you making a BR? But dude, nobody's making BR anymore. Like, what other BRs do we know of that are even in development? Like zero. Like I can't even think of one. Like BRs is dead from the perspective of like new development. Like everybody gave up because it's so established. So I don't necessarily think it's a terrible idea. You just have to make a really good one. Like that's kind of the question: is can Ubisoft do that? And I mean, it's not like they're. I mean, shooters is one of their wheelhouses for sure. I mean, they make fucking all the Tom Clancy games are Ubisoft games. So it's not like they don't have the bona fides to make a good shooter. It's just do they have the bona fides to make one that's a first person? I think their wheelhouse is a little bit more third person oriented generally. But I mean, they made Rainbow Six Siege though, right? So it's probably a different team making this, but it's like it's not like
Yeah, I mean you're
they're
right.
totally dead in the water.
It did make Rainbow Six Siege, and that's super successful. People are still playing that game to this day.
Yeah,
Um, I just personally don't. I don't know, man. I don't. I don't. I don't think it's a good idea. Um,
yeah,
they already tried to take the Call of Duty crowd with X Defiant.
yeah. But that
In
was
my,
foolish. Okay, like Call of Duty's Call of Duty, dude. Like Apex
but
is
it
not
had
Call of Duty.
yeah, but it had the whole hero shooter quality thing in there.
Yeah.
Aspects of it in there, and I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can do it. I just don't like Ubisoft style of like art style. I think their art style is really bad. Um,
Yeah.
as far as like how they do their art
I mean,
style
it's
for video, it's
mostly
really too
realism.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's
yeah,
too hyper realistic for me.
yeah,
I mean, that's okay for certain games, obviously, but like almost every game outside maybe Beyond Good and Evil and the first Prince of Persia, every other game for them has been like realistic or whatever.
yeah.
And I like Apex's style, but you know what? I will say if they can take the crown from Apex, maybe that'll force Ubisoft to, or not Ubisoft, but Respawn to actually make fucking uh Titanfall 3, which we already know that we heard a rumor saying that they are making it, but
Mm.
um maybe it'll actually force them, or it'll force them to actually make Apex better. So that's the thing too. So
Well, part of this report was a link over to another rumor that there's going to be a major rework for Apex Legends coming, dubbed like Apex 2.0, something like
they've been
that.
saying that
So,
shit for like 5 years, bro.
yeah. Well, it's so significant though that the rumor is that it's not coming until after Battlefield comes out. So that
Oh, okay.
seems pretty large, whatever they're deciding to do. So we'll see. I like you. I don't disagree with you. It's like we'll see it when we see it, right?
Yeah.
But so I don't know, cause yeah, I love BR. I think BR is really fun, and I don't think everybody should be chasing it as a trend, right? I think that's stupid, but I think certain companies making them can make sense still. And I would like to see some new blood. I don't want it to just be PUBG, Fortnite, and fucking Apex till the end of fucking time. We need some fresh ideas, fresh blood, fresh gameplay. In this space. So I don't know. I'm willing to give Ubisoft the benefit of the doubt. I don't disagree with you though. I don't necessarily think they can execute realistically. I don't think they have Respawn's quality level in terms of mechanics. You know.
Yeah.
Um. So
I mean, I don't
we'll
know.
see.
They can prove us wrong because, like I said, Rainbow Six is a very successful
Yeah.
competitive shooter. Um,
Yeah. I mean, the
and it,
Division was a great shooter too.
yeah,
Even the Division 2, as much as we had issues with its structure, is still a great shooter.
yeah, exactly. So it's one of those things where it's like they just have to actually put effort into it. So
Yeah. Yep. 100%. All right. Let's move on to our final story of the week. PlayStation 5 price increases. Not in the US, but in other regions. Um, and it's going up about as high as 15% in these markets. So the markets in effect are Europe, the UK, Australia, and New Zealand. And the price hikes are fairly significant, up to 50 euros slash pounds, compared to their previous retail prices. So this is happening in these regions I just wanted to bring this up because this actually happened. I think it was a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it's been almost 2 weeks. I wanted to bring this up though, just to kind of keep an eye on it, right? Because these are regions that aren't impacted by the tariffs, right? Um, and we know what's going on in the U.S. I would expect a price increase in the U.S. at some point as well. Would be my thought, but I don't know. What do you think? You think that's in the cards?
Nah, I don't think they're gonna put a price increase on the. It doesn't make sense. I honestly don't even know why they're doing a price increase across the world. It doesn't make sense, in my opinion. The PS5 is an old console. I mean, it came out in what 2021.
I mean, this has never happened before. Let's be clear about that. By the way, like this is the first time that I think I can ever recall where we've had a price increase 5 years into a console generation. Like,
So yeah, it
definitely,
came out in 2020 then, right?
yeah. It's 4.5 years, I guess, since it came out. So yeah, to be clear, like this is the reason I want to bring this up, because this really is not something that's happened in the past. So um
I mean, we have no choice but to get political. I think because I always try to avoid it, but it's unavoidable. Um, if anything, I from what the reports that I've read, the Independent has covered it and the Guardian has covered it and everything like that. It seems like Walmart, Home Depot, and I think the CEO of Target. I know it's for sure Walmart and Home Depot. They sat down with Trump about tariffs. So
yeah,
hopefully, like, if the people don't really tell him, like, hey, this is a bad idea, hopefully he'll listen to some rich people and be like, hey, this is a really bad idea. Like our shelves are starting to be empty and everything of that nature. So,
yeah,
um, and obviously, over the last couple of weeks, I've been keeping track. I follow an account called Unusual Whales. They're usually really good with sourcing and everything of that nature. And they've been saying that Trump said that he's not going to do hardball anymore with China. So it seems like he's conceding a little bit, hopefully, um, to what's going on uh, with the tariffs and everything. So
yeah,
that's what I hope, and I hope we don't have to see this. The unfortunate part of this is the damage has already been done. So I still think prices are going to be high for America in general because the value of the dollar has dropped. Um, not significantly enough to where it's not the world's currency anymore, but it's damn near close. Um, and
yeah,
I'm mentioning all this because this can have dire effects on how we trade electronics with each other with other countries, and I just don't think this is. I don't think this is how do I say it? Yeah, like this is unprecedented time. I don't think anyone voted for this. I don't think anybody wanted this. wanted this.
yeah.
Uh, Regardless of what side of the spectrum you're on, uh, I don't think anyone wanted higher prices. So I think his only choice at this point, is to lower the prices, lower the tariffs. Because I mean, honestly, they didn't make sense in the first place. But yeah, I don't know that the simple fact that a 5-year old console, I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. The console's damn near 5 years old,
hmm
and the simple fact that a 5-year console is going up in price is fucking stupid. Like you said, we've never seen this. The only time we've seen a console go up in price is if it's like a really rare console for collectors, and that's it. And even then, sometimes the console doesn't go up in price. The games go up in price. Like for
Yeah,
instance, Dot Hack is
yeah,
like $250 on eBay right now still, and that's like a fucking 25-year-old game. So, yeah, this is just bad for business all around, in my opinion.
yeah.
Uh, and maybe their supply line is getting fucked up now. Like they tried and they have no choice but to up the prices in some of these areas, man. Like it sucks.
Well, yeah, I just find it interesting though that it's happening. Do you feel like they're doing this to subsidize the U.S. market so they don't have to increase price?
Yes, 100%. We're still one of the biggest markets in the world.
Yeah, we
Like,
are. No, I mean,
yeah,
for Sony, 100%. I mean, this is true for
yeah,
Sony,
like,
Microsoft, and Nintendo, right?
yeah,
They really don't want to increase the price here more than they have to, right? Which is, I think, was why Nintendo was delayed pre-orders as much as they could because they really didn't want to increase the price. I don't think. But yeah, I mean, at the same time though, that is bullshit for the fucking these other countries. Like I mean, we're talking about dude. This is like Europe and the UK. I mean, in Australia, like these are in New Zealand. These aren't small markets necessarily, right? Like it's not like they're doing this in fucking like South America or something. It's like I mean these are big market. Like the EU is a big market for Sony. So I don't know, man. It's really interesting to watch this stuff. Because this sucks for everybody having to deal with this if you don't have the console already. Um, I do wonder though if this is a sign of a larger trend where maybe I mean we're just gonna have to get used to. I mean we've been talking about this with the PS5 Pro and the Switch 2 and the way they priced it is just that electronic pricing is just going up, dude. It just kind of is what it is. Um, and this is probably a sign of things to come. Like PS6 is going to be fucking expensive, I think. Like really expensive is kind of my expectation right now. Um, I'm thinking like if it's under 700, I think I would be surprised, you know. Um, that's kind of where my head's at with it right now, but we'll see, I guess. But it's just something to monitor. I wanted to bring it up because, like I said, this has not happened before. This is new, and this is not the kind of new we want in video games. I don't want the price of a console that's fucking 5 years old going up. If you haven't bought it yet, it's like that's I don't know. That's just the opposite of the way it should go, because you want to get more people in. Like the whole idea is right. You lower the price to get people in who the price was a barrier for. So increasing it, I mean, yeah, you're getting more margin off the console, but you're selling less consoles as a result, more than likely. So is it worth it? I don't know. I guess only Sony knows that, but um, I also do wonder though if they'll come back down at some point. Maybe this is a temporary thing. You know, but it may not be. It may be. Maybe they sell as many consoles as they did last month, and they don't care. They're like, well, I mean, if we're going to sell the same amount, why should we lower the price? That's kind of how Nintendo operates. With their games and their consoles. So, because even the Switch, like, I mean, there was never really a big price drop in the Switch, like ever. In its entire lifespan up to this point. So, we could be seeing Sony going into the same realm potentially. So, all right. Anything else on that, Montrell? You want to say?
nope, that's it.
All right. Let's move on to our final segment. Guess the Metascore. So we had guessed Claire Obscure Expedition 33. And the game is now out and has its scores. And you guessed an 81. I guessed an 86. And the game is currently sitting at a 92 on
That is fucking
Metacritic
crazy.
on PS5, 93 on Xbox, 90 on PC. So I'm taking this one, but we were both kind of off.
Yeah, we
So
were both way off.
I think I was a little more positive on it than you. But yeah, you were thinking like this game was going to be really good, but not necessarily like amazing, great. 92. That is a pretty surprising score, I'd say, even for me. As high of the game as I was going into it, like pre-release, like I
Mhm.
didn't. You kind of you never really expect this, from a game like this.
Well, I was taking into account the Xbox bias and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't even know it came out for PlayStation as well.
Yeah,
Which is interesting.
yeah. There's more reviews on PlayStation than Xbox
uh,
by orders of magnitude. By the way, 57 versus 13.
yeah,
Like,
fucking Xbox
man,
fans, man.
Xbox is fucking fucked, man. Holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, they did this to themselves, though. They did this to themselves. When the Xbox One came out, that's what they did.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, The reason why I was just like really like negative on it was because or not negative rather um because we already heard inklings of people talking about it and everything, and they're already comparing it to fucking Final Fantasy as there can't be another fucking RPG in the
Yeah,
game. People were complaining about the name. I'm not gonna say who, uh, but they had a really big following. People were, agreeing with that, and uh other people just like really don't like Western JRPGs in
yeah,
general. Um, so I was just really expecting this to be like not a flop, but like a oh, this game's okay, but it's
yeah.
not. It's not with fucking uh um. I can't even think of his name anymore. Like, what's the guy that made Kingdom Hearts name? I forgot his name.
Nomura.
Nomura. It's not what Nomura would have made. It's
Yeah,
not what Yoshi P would have made. And it's like, those aren't the only people. It's not Atlas. Atlas didn't make this game. Where's my Persona at, bro? Where's my SMT at? Like, but I'm glad this game's doing well. And I
dude. There
also
isn't a.
thought,
Oh, good.
no, I'm sorry. I also thought like the Oblivion shit was gonna fucking kill it. I thought
Yeah,
that was gonna kill it, but
yeah. That is
uh,
puzzling that they did that 2 days
yeah.
before this game comes out. It's fucking weird. But dude, there isn't a single score below an 80 on the PlayStation side. Like that's fucking insane, man. Um, yeah, people are very high on this game.
Yeah, I can't wait to play it. I'm probably not gonna play it for like a couple weeks, but I can't wait to play it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna fit it in because, dude, like, I mean, I'm still stuck on Kingdom Come, and I'm like, like, I gotta play Xenoblade, right? I got fucking Atelier Yumiya, right, on the docket. I got Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I got this game. I don't feel like I'm remembering everything either. It's like I don't want because I really want to go from Kingdom Come 1 to 2. I don't want to like lose that thread. I kind of want to just stick in the game world and like have it fresh. So
Hmm.
I'm probably not playing anything else for quite a while after after that. Oh yeah, there was a new game that came out called Blueprints recently that I want to check out too. It's actually part of the PS Plus second tier. I forget what it's called. Premiere or whatever it is.
Hmm.
So that game's free for me right now because I'm subscribed to that for this year. So there's that too. It's just there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of games. It's a good year so far. I feel like there's just a lot of good stuff. I'm excited to play. So yeah, but yeah, no, I mean I'd say congratulations to this team because dude, they're only I think it's like a 10-person team. Like they're small.
Yeah, it's like you remember
It's
the.
crazy.
Did you watch the documentary they did for the game? I think it's
No,
they're in like
no,
an
I watched the
apartment.
developer to direct. That was the
Oh
most I
yeah,
got out of
okay,
them.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's probably what I watched too. Then,
yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
but
they're like
there's
an
literally
apartment.
in they're in a house, yeah. Like
Yeah,
fucking like
so
it's
I think it is
crazy.
like only like 10 to 15 people who made this game, like
Yeah.
legitimately.
Which is
Uh,
insane, which is actually pretty crazy given
yeah.
how it looks and what it is. It's pretty impressive. So,
I mean, to be honest with you, this is what Xbox should have done like 3 years ago. Because
yeah.
I mean, they had 3 hits so far. I mean, I've heard nothing but positivity about South of Midnight. Well, I mean, I heard some negativity, but it's like that fake negativity.
Yeah.
Um, but like the majority of the overarching thing has been positive. Like they could improve some things, but it's been a positive experience. Uh, Obviously, Oblivion is getting like really positive reviews right now, and
Indiana
then next month,
Jones.
Indiana Jones is doing really
You got
well.
Doom coming. Yeah.
Yeah, Doom's coming, and then obviously Expedition 33 is doing really well. And I think they got one more game that's about to drop as well. Like uh I think it's like some action game that's about to drop. But yeah, I mean, this is what they
Yeah.
should have been doing. So
Oh, dude, I fucking forgot. Is Lunar fucking remaster, dude. Fuck. Oh my god, there's so many games, Montreal. Dude, I gotta play Kingdom Come. What am I doing? What am I doing? I like I need to like lock myself in my room or something for like a couple weekends and just blow through it. I don't know. I'm sitting around smelling the roses too much.
Yeah, no, it's sometimes games are just way too long. And I get it though, but this game you're like actively playing it, so
Yeah, well, it's like I'm not. That's the thing. If I wasn't having fun with this game, I would have dropped it by now, right? Like I
yeah,
like the game a lot. It's super fun. It's just really long. There's a lot of content, and everything you do in the game is like slow, right? Like it's roundabout. Like you don't just like go to the location and do the thing. Like it's like you go to the location, you talk to somebody, and then they send you in like two different directions, and you got to go to both of them, and then at the first one you find a thing and that leads you to another thing and then you go to the second one and then that one you have to like do a thing over there and then you go back to the person you talk to and then they might send you out again. It's like these quests are very involved sometimes, like some of them. So the game, like I could be spending an hour plus on one quest, like or 2 hours on one quest, and the game has like 65 fucking side quests, so it's a big game. It's got a lot going on. So it's I don't know. And then that's not even to mean like when you get sidetracked, you're just running around the countryside and you're like, "Oh, what's that? I want to go check that out." And then that leads you down a rabbit hole or something. It's like it's a really fun game. It's just like there's a lot there and it's very easy to get sidetracked
yeah.
in the game. So I don't know. Maybe I just need to like play something else too. I'm afraid if I do that, I'm going to like drop the game.
I mean, that
I
kind of
don't
happened with
want to do
me
that.
in fucking Metaphor because I was like, maybe I just need to play something else because I was in the rut, and then I did play something else, and
And you never went back because
yeah, I
you
never
were in a
went
rut.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you were in a rut with it, and you never went back. It's just I'm not in a rut with this game though. I'm playing it I'm playing it multiple times a week, so it's not like I'm not playing it. I'm not just sitting
yes.
on it.
So
So
what I suggest, which I think I start doing as well, I think like playing two different games with different genres is okay. Because I mean, I'm
yeah,
still playing Xenoblade, right? But I'm also playing like another game, like
maybe I
South
need to
of
like
Midnight.
maybe it's a device thing. Maybe I need to pull the Switch out and play like I have like a game I play on PS5 and then a game I play on Switch.
Yeah, I mean that could be
Yeah,
it, or you can
like
just play the two different genre games. Like
yeah.
if you
Yeah,
don't
like
feel
have
like playing that,
blueprints, or something.
yeah,
Yeah, like short and or shorter.
yeah,
And it's like completely different. It's a puzzle game. It's not an RPG.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, versus like playing Kingdom Come and then playing like Atelier Yumiya or fucking Expedition 33. Like that feels like a
I
recipe for
forgot.
disaster, you know?
Yeah, I forgot all about it. Tell you, I have that game. And I still have not cracked it open.
You haven't
That's
even
so
opened it.
crazy.
Yeah. I mean
Yeah,
that's dude, this year's been packed, dude. And like we got Ghost of Yotei fucking in September. It's like I mean, I'm feeling crunched. Like, I don't know. I just gotta get through
yeah.
Kingdom.
I feel bad every time I come on the podcast. And I'm like, I haven't finished this game. Haven't talked about
Me
it. 'Cause, I
too.
mean, we are a video game podcast, but it's not like we had this is our job. This is like a
Right.
side. This is like a hobby
Right.
for us, you know. So
Yeah.
if it was our job, then if we were getting paid for this, then this would be a totally different story. Then we wouldn't have an excuse, right? But yeah, we have
Well, I'd be
jobs, and
playing Kingdom Come probably 8-10 hours a day though, right? At that
yeah,
point.
exactly.
It's like so I'd be grinding through it. Like I mean we both have jobs, right? We're both married. Like, we have things to do. We have pretty full social lives. So it's like I don't have 10 hours to play Kingdom Come because I work, for 8 or 9 hours, and then I get off, and then I'm doing something. I've got other things to do after work, so it's like every night I might have you know 4 hours maybe to sit down and play, but it's like I don't want to just do that one thing all night most nights. So it ends up turning into like I play for 2 or 3 hours, maybe, and then some nights I don't play at all because we're playing League or something. So it's like so that happens, or like I've gotten back into reading recently.
Hmm.
So I've been reading every night. So I'm kind of shaving another hour or maybe two off with that. So it's like that's kind of the problem. I'm just doing a lot of things at the same time right now. So um it is what it is. I mean, like yeah, we're a video game show, but again, we don't do this full time. So like I don't really get down on myself too much about it because it's like it just is what it is, man. I'm gonna get through Kingdom Come when I get through it, you know. I think the thing I don't want, what I worry about, and this is the reason I keep bringing this up in the show, is like I don't want to play this game so long that I like forget about all these other games I want to play from earlier this year. But I don't want to buy them until I'm ready to play them, you know.
Yeah.
I'm that kind of person. I don't like to buy things and just have them sit there. Um, so yeah, that's kind of the reality for me at the moment. So I don't know. We'll get there, but all right, Montrell. Anything else you want to talk about before we head out today?
Nope, that's it.
All right. All right, guys. Well, if you like this episode, please like the show, review the show, and subscribe to the show whenever feed you're listening to it on. And please subscribe to us on YouTube. If you'd like to interact with the show on Twitter, you can do so at The Players Take, or you can send us an email to theplayerstake01@gmail.com with your questions that we will answer on the show. All right, guys. We hope you enjoyed this episode. That'll be it for us. We'll see you next week. Bye.